Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. After much waiting, pondering, and trying to decide what to do with all these banners, I've finally come to the decision that I am going to pull on one of them. Now, if I happen to get extremely good luck, I would like to pull on two. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my choices. So my choices were basically between this Cloud banner and the new Red XIII banner, which is right here. Now, I'm really on the fence for the Cloud one. I think that, the sword with Enfeeble is really solid, but we currently have 3 supports all with Enfeeble weapons, and I happen to have all of those weapons at OB6, so Enfeeble I feel like is not really something that will be super hard to slot unless we're fighting bosses where you need a DPS, a healer, and a tank, right? Once that happens, then we're going to start to see the DPSs bringing their own Enfeeble, kind of like Sephiroth's weapon and Cloud's weapon right here. And I really am starting to feel like the game is pushing to a point where the DPS aren't bringing their own exploit weakness anymore, right? So, things like Red XIII's ultimate weapon, Aerith's new stave right here, which gives AoE exploit weakness, along with Yuffie's. I feel like healers providing exploit weakness is going to become kind of a thing of the future, and so being able to get Cloud Sword, get a brand new Lightning Arcanum where I can use Murasame is really valuable. Also getting Enfeeble on a DPS is valuable, and then you get the exploit weakness all weapon on Aerith at the same time, so there's a lot of value in this banner. For the Zack and Sephiroth banner, I just feel like the overall value isn't there. These are more niche, and so I'm not really interested in pulling for the super niche stuff, although I really like Zack's costume here. However, I will be pulling today on Red's banner, even though I really wish that I could go for the Cloud one, and the reason being is that Red XIII's just gives too much overall utility. Like, Cloud's is locked into Enfeeble, you get a better Lightning Arcanum, and you get the exploit weakness all, potentially, possibly. However, both him and Aerith's weapons, since I'm only pulling to the first stamp card, are going to be really low. I don't have that many parts for Cloud, I don't have that many parts for Aerith, and so I could get kind of gridlocked a little bit later because of that. Whereas Red XIII's weapon and costume, although not perfect, do cover so many things, right? You get the Bahamut Rod style heal, you get the ATB recharge, you get the magic attack increase, and you get a lightning potency buff. On top of that, magic attack all buff debuff extension right here, and the all Asuna, and then you get the magic attack +1 tier on the costume, which is, I think, what pushes it over. This is just going to be overall more easily used across content in the game. We just got a bunch of lightning stuff. We got Thunder Lightning and Magic Lightning, both pushed to the next level, so I think it's safe to say we probably won't see something lightning for a little bit, and so better to kind of build the account around like an all-around build. So I am going to be going for Red XIII's Limit Break draw. If I get insane luck, maybe I can go back and still try to get Clouds, which would be crazy. I think as long as I'm above 90k for the anniversary, I'll be pretty solid overall. So I'm not really too worried about it right now. As for my wish list, guys, I have Cloud's full throttle right here. Let me just make sure it's not, yeah, so it's OB7, so we're good on that. I'm pulling for Aerith's Mermaid Rod, which also has the lightning damage buff. I have no copies of this, but this is a physical focused one. I'm pulling for Zack's new Surfer Blade with the physical defense break and the physical attack increase right here. Really just solid R abilities right there for a sub weapon, I think, or maybe an offhand for Zack. Pulling for the Serrated Remiges for Sephiroth right here, and then lastly for Angeal's Inflatable Buster Sword. So that's going to make up my wish list right here, guys. We definitely need a freaking blacklist. It's been, like, at this point in the game, there's so many weapons, guys. There's so many weapons. We need a blacklist. I think that's just, like, something that they need to incorporate. All right, so, like, praying for some great luck here, guys. Let's go into this. I'm just going to the costume. I have the most stamps on red, so it makes the most sense to pull. All right, and on top of that, it should help me with the Guild War as well. All right, well, hopefully we get good stamps. And starting off with a 2, I will take it. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright, so we already got the first copy of the weapon. Congratulations. Let's go. Alright, here we are, going into the pool. Would love to get some super solid pulls on this, guys. Alright, let's see what we get here. I'll let him run this one out. Alright, perfect. Whew. It's nervous, guys. I've been waiting the whole frickin' month. On top of that, like, I would really love to get Lucia's ultimate weapon. That would be absolutely insane. It's definitely a shame that Red XIII's isn't on here, and even bigger shame that his parts aren't in the shop. Oh, Cloud, what are you doing, bro? All right, maybe he still pulled it off at the end. Wah! All right, so we got the guaranteed. All right, one down, one down. Booyah, with the water buff looking mechanic. All right, here we go. Pirate Caller, one down. All right, now we just got to get some insane luck, guys. If I could get like an extra 2 copies of this, I have 10 Mako gems for the Aldebaran. All right, if I could get like an extra 2 copies of this Caller, then that would be absolutely fantastic past the guaranteed. So let's just hope. Also, since this isn't a double banner, it's easier to know what you're getting, like what's featured. Come on, 3, 3, 3. Ooh, 1. Savage. All right, but give me a Lucia ultimate weapon and it'll all be worth it. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we got here. Cloud walking out in that Murasame fit. Let's frickin' go. We'll have him look left. Come on, gold, 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 gold. Oh, all right. There's Cloud's throttle blade. All right, that's OB8. I will take that. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, here we go. All right, sweet. Actually, not sweet. 1 stamp, not sweet at all. I really hope that you guys got really great pulls out there. And if you haven't pulled and you're trying to pull, please don't let this video like tempt you guys. Just make the right choice for your account. That is the best way to have fun in the game, all right? Sometimes we got to make hard choices. It just is what it is. All right, Cloud. All right, you're going to run it out. I need you to get me like 3 copies of this weapon right now. That would be absolutely insane. Come on, Cloud. Onegaishimasu. Onegaishimasu. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Come on, gold, 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 gold. Oh, Cloud, what the hell's wrong with you? Okay, Cloud, I don't want you anymore. All right. Holy shit, I have 941 parts for this. I already have it, max. I need a new wish list item. All right, this is the problem with not always leveling up your items or your weapons as soon as you get them. All right, I don't know why I switched banners right there. Let's go back to the wish list. We'll go back over to Cloud, and let's peruse this and look for something else. Ooh, Tifa's is a great choice. All right, so we're going to go with Tifa's right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, going back to the draw right here. All right, we're on the 4th stamp. Okay, down to 115K. All right, stamp luck not looking great. Okay, we're halfway through. We're halfway through. All right, perfect. That's the next guaranteed weapon. Oh, guys. So stressful right before the anniversary. Not going to lie. All right, we're going to have him look right this time. Boom. Gold. Gold. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, that was the guaranteed, but we did get a Sephiroth one. Hopefully it's the serrated Remiges, and it is. Let's go. What am I at? Okay, so I think that's like OB2 on that. All right, and we're up to OB1 on the Caller. All right, let's keep going. They really need to raise the drop rates on these. Like, there are so many banners in this game, I honestly think it's a bit absurd. Like, I feel like the amount of banners that we see, 1 banner per week, makes everything feel a little bit less good just because there's always something new around the corner. I really think they need to raise the rates. That would be great. I would love that. All right, we'll have them look up this time. Boom. Gold, 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 gold. Oh, dang it. All right, Tifa gloves. All right, there's my first pair. That's perfect. Let's frickin' go. Boom. All right, sweet. That's great to have that. Man, not really the greatest luck, though, so far concerning Red XIII or Lucia's ultimate weapon. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there we go. There's 3. All right, little pink chocobo, little cutie. Okay, we're super close. We need to get another weapon right here, guys, or at least 2 or 4 or 7 would be great. Also at the same time. All right, let's go here. We're gonna have him look Right. Come on. Gold, gold, gold. Damn it. Oh, dang it, guys. Why? Why? It's such a bummer when you decide to finally pull for something, and the pulls just don't really seem to work out. All right, I'm really close to the costume. Let's hope that we get to it right here. All right, 2, 2, 2, 2. Ah, 1. Oh, gosh. All right, so we're really close, guys. We're really close. All right, still above 100K. I think we'll be safe right here. All right, let's go. Man, I would love to get something good. All right, we'll let him run this one out. We'll see how he does. All right, Cloud, you need to bring it home. Everyone here is watching you, Cloud. They're expecting you to bring something great. All right, so no pressure, but grab us like 3 of those Pirates collars for Red 13, will ya? Come on, come on. Oh gosh, guys, what a brutal, brutal turn of events. Oh gosh, it hurts. It hurts so bad. Why? Okay, for all of you guys that have not been pulling and you've been waiting, this is a sign to continue saving. All right? Just wait for the anniversary, guys. Okay, here we go. Last pull. All right, maybe if we get a 3, a 2. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, and the freaking guaranteed collar isn't even down here. What a bummer. All right, because I might have done one more pull for another weapon since we've literally gotten jack shit so far. Absolutely crazy. All right, well, I know that a buddy of mine, G-Free, also did not get great pulls, so hopefully it's not just us, guys. Hopefully you guys got some good luck. All right, Cloud, this is it. This is your last chance, bro. I'm sorry I put the pressure on you, but we need you to pull through right now, especially for Red 13. Nanaki is the homie, okay? He wants this. He wants this in his kit. He wants to be relevant, all right? So come on, fight for red. Come on, come on. Let's go. All right. All right, here it is. We just need like a sea of golds right here, guys. A sea of golds. Come on. Gold, gold, gold. Oh my gosh, and it's freaking Angeal. Why? All right, Angeal. You with your freaking inflatable sword. All right, well, sometimes, guys, it just doesn't go the way you want to go. It is what it is. I was really hoping for like super solid pulls so I could potentially go for Cloud, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm going to have a real slow build on Red 13's weapon since I think I only have 500 parts, and we didn't get a single extra copy, which is pretty much bullshit right there. All right, so let's go back here. We're going to go check him out. Obviously, I don't have enough to pull Cloud, but we are just going to go. We have 103K left plus the 1,500 paid, so around 105. So we're looking pretty solid. Let's go to the co-op here. All right, and let's go down to Red 13. Okay. All right, and let's put him together, guys. All right, so we're going to put that on. Okay, Pirate Navigator. All right, we'll go down to his new weapon. There it is, Pirate Collar. Okay, and we are going to level this up. All right, I don't think I can take it to 130, so we'll take it to 120. All right, there we go. And I do have a ton of parts, but it's not going to be enough to take him to OB6, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer. All right, I'm going to get him to OB3. All right, we're pretty close to OB4. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, yeah, so we're 4 parts away from OB4. So still kind of a bummer, not really, that we're not really that close to it. Because I feel like this weapon really needs OB6. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more pulls. Like I said, I think we're probably okay. I just want to get it as close as I can. So hopefully we'll do like 2 pulls. There's 1 more guaranteed that's like a couple stamps away. That'll get us to OB5, then we could be at OB6, so that would be more reasonable. But if we get 1 copy, 1 freaking copy that's not guaranteed, then we'll be set. All right, which I think would be worth it. All right, so let's do this. All right, pretty rare that I actually go back. Please be a freaking 3. Oh my gosh, what is happening? This is why people get so upset, Applebot. You gotta make it so people have fun in the game. Alright? Alright, so here we go, guys. We need some luck. We need it to turn around. Alright, we've gotten like decent wish list luck, but we need something else here. Alright, let's go. Alright, Cloud. Come on, bro. Gold, gold. Oh my gosh. Oh god. It's painful. I'm glad you guys get to witness this, though, because if you guys are saving and you're seeing this, then it's probably like a good reminder that sometimes it doesn't go well, right? Alright, so we're pretty close to the next stamp. We're just going to go to the next guaranteed. So hopefully this is a 2 right here. It's a 2. I'm pretty sure that's the guaranteed weapon, which means we are done. Alright, now we just need one frickin' copy of his featured weapon on the side right here, and we will be good. Alright? Let's just see what we got. Come on, Cloud. Bring it home, dude. Bring it home. Watch us get the frickin' Lucia ultimate weapon right here. That would be absolutely insane. Alright, here we go. Onegaishimasu. Onegai itashimasu. Onegaishimasu. Come on, Cloud. Come on. Let's go. Okay, it's not there yet. We're not done yet. Alright, here we go. Iron Giant is falling down. Iron Giant is tipping over. Okay, here we go. We're just looking for golds, guys. Come on, gold early. Gold, 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 gold. Oh, we got 2 of them, but we didn't get it. Oh my gosh. What a shit show. Man, that is so disappointing. Alright, so basically I'm like still a full 200 parts away, or almost to it, from the OB6, but that's okay. We'll get that over time. It is what it is. It's unfortunate to pull a banner into the second page and not get a single copy of the weapon itself. But it is what it is, so we'll go to specify tier, use red parts, and this is going to get us all the way to OB5. Okay, beautiful. Alright, and I'm just going to save the rest of this, the Red 13 parts. We need 169, so not terrible. But here it is, guys. Red at OB5, almost there. So I'm actually pretty excited to check this out. I'm going to try this out in the Guild War. I mean, having this at OB5 with the low potency, kind of a bummer because it's so close. But I'm definitely not dropping any more crystals before the anniversary. It's a bummer that Red 13 dropped. It's even more of a huge bummer and a disappointment that his ultimate weapon is not featured on this banner, which I know you guys have heard me talk about it before, but I just think that's so preposterous. It's just so preposterous. I feel like Applebot thinks they're so sneaky with the way they go about this game, with every little sneaky little tactic they put in here to try and make as much money as possible. And I'm just like, you guys think you're so smart, but if you just made a great game, people would be encouraged to spend money and you wouldn't have to be sneaky. So I wish they would just take that approach about it in the future. But that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're staying strong and saving, I encourage you to do that. The anniversary is going to be worth it. Obviously, this poll didn't go as well as I planned. I'm not as psyched, but you know, I have no regrets, and I'll be happy when I can finally get the weapon to OB6. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.